Through this project, we are trying to build a brain machine interface that would help us control robotic devices such as wheelchairs by simply thinking about controlling them. The primary objectives in achieving this task would be to efficiently acquire EEG signals, and by this I mean the EEG signal should be of very low noise and it should be acquired in a very portable and continuous manner. Then it should be wirelessly transmitted to a DSP where the DSP learns about the information stored in the EEG, and that information should be used to control the wheelchair through a microcontroller. This project has been implemented as two parts, one the headband and two the wheelchair. The headband is built using these components. This is the active electrode circuit that we have designed and developed, and this forms the analog front end of our project. This circuit performs the analog processing of our EEG signal. These form the input pins for the P300 and the reference voltages, and this is the instrumentation amplifier that we have designed, and this is the low pass filter built out of OPA 333s, the output pin VIN and VREF. There is another OPA 333 behind for the final gain, which this gives a gain of 250. The low power nature of this circuit enables portability for its use in our application. This is the headband, and this is the miniature prototype model of our wheelchair. Starting from the headband, these are the AGCL electrodes that we are using, and this is the 9-volt battery that powers the circuit completely, and this is LMR2422 that provides all the voltages required by the active electrode as well as the EZ-RF module. The active electrode processes the incoming signals and sends it to the RF module where the MSP430 performs the ADC and sends the bits digitally over a wireless channel to the receiver on the wheelchair. The second part of the hardware implementation is the miniature prototype of the model wheelchair built using these. Once the data is received by the receiver part of the RF module, the MSP430 sends the data to the DSP processor to a UART by SPI-by-wire. Firstly, the DSP processor performs the denoising on the signal and then implements the wavelet transform using the filter bank implementation. After that, it performs the AdaBoost algorithm on the signal, and then the decision is made, and then it is sent through the SPI-by-wire to the microcontroller, and the microcontroller controls the motors through a motor driver circuit. We have also installed two ultrasonic sensors, one to detect walls and the other to detect pits. These two ultrasonic sensors generate pulses whose width is proportional to the distance, and with that we can find out obstacle distances. Before the robot was built, we tested the ADC code and the denoising code under a software simulation. The red rectangle depicts the region where the code is currently performing its task, and we find that there are some noises which are existent in the above signal, which is due to the noise in the ADC, and by performing denoising operation we significantly reduce the noise. We should note that the input signal from the MSP430 is after the analog processing by the active electrode circuit that we have developed. P300 spikes are observed every time there is an event related potential developed in the brain, and these are the signals that we are interested in, because every time a person wants to move front in his wheelchair, an event related potential exerts itself as the spike observed in this waveform. So every time a P300 spike is detected, our simulation, the code would mark the region green here. So by finding out the time interval and the frequency range of the signal where the spike is observed, we would be able to uh, detect what the user wants to do with this robot. Now let us see a small working demo of our project. This is the headband attached to a person, and we can see the robot in front of the person. Uh, we have placed the electrodes in respective positions, and the first one is the signal and the second one is the reference. And now, in order to increase the prominence of the P300 spike, we would need a visual stimulus which would provide the feedback to increase the event related potential, and a front arrow could be used for this. And once the person starts to concentrate on the front arrow, the event related potential sets the bot to move in front direction. Here is a small working demonstration of the obstacle detection ability of the wheelchair we have built. Even when a person provides the event related potential to drive the robot in front, if there is an obstacle, the ultrasonic sensors interrupt the microcontroller and prevent it from moving in front. And here is the demo. Similarly, a demo for pit detection. The same thing happens, and this is controlled by the ultrasonic sensors that are facing downwards.